All right. G says, what if I iframe a piece of good content from my money site to an exact match domain? So you mean buy an exact match domain and just put iframe a piece of content into that? I mean, sure, but you can do that with the G site. I don't know why you get more power out of doing it from an Amazon S3 hosted page or a G site than you would from buying an exact match domain that has no inherent authority, right? Because you can build keyword relevancy from and putting content around the iframe is my point. So why not use something that has massive authority already, like a Google site, which is on the Google domain, or an Amazon S3 page, right? An HTML page that's hosted on an Amazon bucket. Now you're siphoning authority from Amazon, right? You can create the relevancy. You don't need the exact match keyword in the domain. You can create the relevancy from the content, the text around the iframe, and in the metadata, and in the JSON the LD structure data, all of that. So, I mean, I get where you're going with that, G, but that's not, I think you can go about it better than going out and buying an exact match domain that is essentially starting from zero. You'd have to build some authority to that. And I just go ahead and use what's available to us for free, right? So the exact match domain only has an iframe from my money site, and I link a spam GMB to the exact match domain. I'm not sure what you mean on that. A spam Google My Business. So you're talking about like building like lead gen GMB assets. You link that to your exact match domain. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're talking about if you're going to build additional GMBs and you iframe with a different domain, an exact match domain, and that becomes your landing page. But really, it's a page on your primary website that's just iframed into it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. Marco, what do you think about that?
Whenever someone asks me what if questions, I say test it and let me know what happens.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you what if on every scenario that I haven't tried.
But what I meant by when I was asking what do you think about that is I'm not sure that I would want to iframe a money site page into a domain that was only set up as a spam GMB assets with just my money site iframed into it as the landing page. Like, in other words, I don't know if that could cause any negativity if Google terminated that.
I would say on that, if it's going to have a GMB and he's going to take the time to work on the entity, power up the entity, it could work. But I would, as you said, better spend my resources, my time, and my money on just getting the power from a G site, where you can't harm your money site because Google just won't pass a penalty through.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure that I would do that. And Mark is right. I would recommend if you wanted to try that, you'd have to test it. We can't speculate on what would happen. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to do that because it does to me. Like I said, guys, you could even use a Google site as your domain, your website URL for GMB. You can do that. I've never seen it not happen. You know what I'm saying? So why not just use that, right? You could create a Google site and flesh that out a bit and make that the website of the GMB. If that makes sense. You still want to create the GMB website and put that in the appointment URL. If you can, that's what I've been doing. So he says, what can I expect? Google picks up the content and starts to rank for the exact match. Again, I don't know how that would treat this, G. We haven't tested that. And so, it would be speculation. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. So